Hi.
I'm Scott.
I'm Nell.
And we are Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. And today we have the Random 20 Questions tag created by Steve Donoghue. Does Steve Donoghue ever take a break from creating videos?
I don't know, but it's weird because it's weird.
Like, it's always a new video from him, so that's good. Anyway, he has produced some questions. What's the nearest place to you that's so famous everybody knows of it, and how near is it? That's Nell's chair. It's 6 inches away from me, maybe less.
I don't think everyone knows Nell's chair.
They do if they're watching this video.
No.
They do now. We're in Melbourne, but we're on the outskirts of Melbourne, and I think maybe the most famous place, I don't know if anybody's heard of it, but I guess where the penguins come in.
Oh, yeah. The fairy penguins at Phillip Island.
Yeah, that's the place, Phillip Island.
That's definitely probably our closest tourist attraction.
Oh, actually, the Mornington Peninsula. People have heard of the Mornington Peninsula. We are at the very tippy top of the Mornington Peninsula. Some people on the Mornington Peninsula would say that we are pushing it to say that we're on the Mornington Peninsula.
But that's just because they're snobs.
They are snobs. The further south you go on the Mornington Peninsula...
The more money you have until you get to a certain point, and then you probably have drugs instead of money.
But the Mornington Peninsula is a famous wine-growing region and has nothing to do with drugs.
Or money.
Or money, except for Mount Eliza. They're rich in that area.
Bastards.
Yeah. Question 2. Have you ever had a paper cut so bad you thought you might die?
Yes! Everyone's saying no to this question. I'm like, all paper cuts are so bad you might die. They're horrible.
I have not, but I have a story about a paper cut.
I don't want you to tell it.
You remember
cringing
this?
Already.
My dad once got a paper cut when I was young on his eyeball.
Ew!
It took him ages to heal from it too.
That's disgusting.
On his eyeball.
No eyeball injury stories in the comments. I will just ban you.
Let us know if
don't.
you had a worse paper cut than that.
No eyeball injuries. They're so gross.
Have you ever found anything genuinely valuable in a used book you brought?
No.
Stories? I don't know. No.
Next.
Have you ever read, met, or married Jacques Barzun?
No.
He is not really my type to marry.
I've Googled him. He's not pretty.
8 years dead. He's not.
Less pretty now than the photos.
Yeah, probably in need of a bath.
And I expect we don't necessarily agree on things.
Aside from your pets, what is the specific non-human animal you see the most? Now, does livestock count in this?
Moo cows. They're not my pets. There's a billion moo cows near where we work because we work near farmland.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was going to say sheep, but...
No, I think...
Chickens. I see so many freaking chickens. All the time. Chickens.
But the moo cows that come and talk to us on the fence.
But if we're not talking about livestock, then I see a few echidnas or wombats out.
They're probably bin pigeons.
Bin pigeon, yeah, they're bloody scummy, they are.
What's next?
Is bin pigeon is an Australian thing?
No, bin chicken is an Australian thing. Bin pigeon is our personal perversion of the Australian thing. Bin chicken is an ibis.
If you're from a non-Australian country, do you call ibises bin chickens? And, better question, will you be now?
Or do you even have ibises?
We'll bring some of their babies.
No, that's a stork, you dick knob.
Oh, same fucking bird.
No, my babies aren't being...
nurseries, one hangs around bins. There's no other difference.
I'm not getting a baby by bin chicken.
It's the Aussie version. That's why we're so rude.
Delivered by bin chicken. That's terrible. Australia has some terrible birds too. Have you seen what a cassowary looks like? Yes, that is a living weapon.
That is
terrifying.
An oversized ostrich with a natural helmet for headbutting people.
It's not a helmet, it's a blade out of its skull.
It's
gonna cut your face off. They're terrifying.
It was potentially invented by the Nazis. Question number 6. Have you ever been inside a cathedral? If more than one, do you have a favourite? Yes, I have been inside a cathedral before.
I get confused as to which ones are cathedrals and which ones are just pretty buildings.
I've been inside Notre Dame. I've been inside Salisbury.
No.
But my favourite cathedral that I've been inside is Durham, which is the burial place of St. Bede.
Was the Bath one a cathedral?
I'm not sure.
That was beautiful.
Pretty. Was it as good as Notre Dame?
Notre
Dame was too crowded.
Yeah, I really felt like Notre Dame was beautiful, but it was actually really hard to see how beautiful it was.
Pre-burning, Notre Dame was the tourist attraction that had the most visitors per year of any tourist attraction ever. And
when you go in there, literally, you can just... it made me wish for a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. Durham is my answer. You can pay £2 to go up the spire, or at least you could 15 years ago. And St. Bede and St. Cuthbert are buried there. But I'm actually looking for the next question. Did you answer it?
Yeah, I said if it's a cathedral, then I think Bath is my favourite.
Have you ever actually seeing or hearing things? I've missed a word.
Have you ever actually been delirious, seeing or hearing
that's
hallucinations type delirious?
One time at a sleepover at a friend's house, I thought a Native American Indian was dancing in the bedroom.
You're not going to talk about when you thought that I was going to kill you.
Oh my God, yes. I forgot that happened.
I did not.
Okay. So when Nell and I met, I was planning to go overseas, and I went overseas, and then I got sick overseas. I got dysentery, and I flew back a little bit early, but I could only get a plane flight from India to Australia via Dubai that left at 4 a.m. on the day that a jazz festival was playing, and I was too cheap to buy a hotel ticket. Anyway, long story short, I was up for over 72 hours because I can't sleep on planes. And there was a festival in the streets. So I woke up early, and then the plane flight was at 4 a.m. and I'm like, I'm not getting up at 2 a.m. I'm just going to stay up, and they wouldn't let me in the airport, so I camped out. So by the time I landed, and then it was 10 in the morning when I landed, and the sun was shining, so we went out and hung out for the day, and people were giving you dirty looks because I was so tired. I was
people thought that he was deranged and that I was mentally ill.
Yeah, because I was slurring my words
in some way, and that I was taking advantage of him. That's definitely the the looks that I was getting.
Anyway, when I got back, it had been so long. When we went to bed that night, it had been so long without sleep that I couldn't actually sleep. So I had some tablets because I went to Nepal to climb the Himalayas, and I took some antiemetics with me that were actually antihistamines that had the side effect of making you drowsy, right? And so I popped a couple of them to put me off to sleep because I had them. And halfway through the night, I woke up but didn't register that I woke up in the dark, and I had dreamed that I was in Somalia and had been captured and was in an underground room being held by men with machetes. And Nell was like, "Are you there?
Are you okay?" He's like, "Who are you?" And I don't know if you guys can tell because you see us film sitting down all the time, but Scott is enormous. He's 6'4" and I'm 5 nothing. So in the middle of the night, in a hotel room, in the middle of nowhere near where I live,
And yeah, I'm not just 6'4". I'm like,
He's a big dude.
like literally nobody on the street. If every time I see somebody as tall as me, I can I'm just built bigger than them.
Yeah.
So
you're huge.
Yeah, I'm huge, and Nell is tiny.
Yes.
Actually, we should do a video where we stand up next to each other and witness that you actually only come up to my chest. Like,
because he's huge. So it was very scary. I have also been delirious. I have a tendency to sort of hallucinate a little bit if I get a very high fever. Which is not fun.
Do you have blood relatives who read for pleasure? No. Actually,
yes, maybe. I don't know.
I bought my blood relatives books for Christmas last year, and my little sister yelled at me.
To be fair, no matter what you buy his little sister, she yells at you.
Yeah.
So, whatevs. I actually think that most of the people who are in my family that read are not actually blood relations, but relations by marriage.
Or dead.
Or dead.
My mum does read, actually, but she reads...
trash.
Oh, no, she reads Agatha Christie. That's not trash, but she definitely does read some trash.
Mostly.
Mills and Boons. How many species have you smooched smack dab on the lips?
Does Scott count as a species?
As like a different species?
Yeah, like non-human.
Like Homo eriscotus.
But I'm going to go with just humans.
Just humans?
Yeah.
Look, I've not kissed Bryn on the lips, but he has had his tongue in my mouth before.
Ugh. And now not Scott.
And up my nose. Which is the only species to ever have their tongue up my nose.
I'm not taking that dare.
Do you ever listen to the radio? Any favourite programs or persons?
I don't listen to the radio because I don't know what it is about women on the radio in Melbourne, but they're all morons. Stop picking morons to represent the women on the radio.
They are, aren't they?
They're all dumb and like super misogynist.
Yeah, they're bimbos.
They're pygmies is what they are.
You should listen to 774 ABC because the women and the men on there are not idiots, which is a step above FM. But that said, I don't listen to it anymore because anytime I'm listening to the radio, I could be listening to an audiobook. So why would I listen to a radio?
Yeah, I'd just rather listen to my own voice. I sing in the car.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Louvre?
Yes, no, yes.
Yes, no, yes. We're not going to elaborate on that, are we?
What?
I don't get it, yeah. What little thing do you miss the most that you've lost during the pandemic?
Sleep.
Being poor.
Aww.
Nell and I have been affected by the pandemic very differently to other people. We run a grocery delivery business and we are...
very busy.
Flat out. Your head's off the screen.
I'm sorry, I'm itchy.
Sorry. Yeah. So, but I think the thing that we've missed the most actually is Melbourne's still in a state of emergency and we can't go like where we're like we would normally have a date day on the weekend where we go out for brunch together.
Sit in the sun and relax and eat food.
And no matter how you twist that, Uber Eats delivering you coffee is not as good.
No.
Also, it was cold this morning when they did that, so
Bastards.
Won't be doing that again. What little thing do you miss the least that you've lost due to the pandemic? Being poor.
Yeah, I've got to say we've had a bit of financial success.
Yeah.
And that has been a nice comfort, I guess.
Yeah.
That we've been working so hard.
Yeah. Look, yeah, it has definitely. It's changed our income from the lowest level that we could accept to the highest level that we could accept. Really,
I don't think I could accept more money.
I mean, yeah, we'd be taking the piss.
I could definitely accept more money.
Yeah, I mean...
So if you're in Melbourne and you eat food...
Real food grocer.
We rock.
We actually do. We're actually very good at that. But sleep would be another thing that we're missing too.
Mm.
What's your relationship with small talk? Hate it? Love it? Like acid? Merely competent? Change the order of those words so it makes sense?
I don't particularly think I'm competent at small talk. I'm also terrible at knowing what is and what is not small talk, so I just talk at people.
When we watched this the other day, I think we watched Skelly Dandling about the book, and you said that isn't this entire video small talk?
I did feel that way, and maybe it is.
Yes. I am relatively nonplussed with small talk, but I am good at it because I have to do it quite a bit for my job.
I think everyone does.
Yeah. If you deal with customers or other people.
Humans.
Yeah, the good thing about me is that I don't deal with the same people all the time, so the small talk can stay small talk and I don't have to actually remember shit. Have you ever won money at gambling? Yeah, I just said that I'm an arsehole, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
But who cares about every one of them? Like, I like our customers for our business, but...
I love our customers. They support our values and allow us to do what we do, and like legitimately.
Sorry, I'm delivering food to their house. I don't want to have a 15-minute conversation with all 50 orders that I deliver. So,
well, I mean that's a time thing, if nothing else.
Yeah. That's why I'm an arsehole about it. Anyway, are we going to move on from this question before I totally come out as some sort of fascist?
What's the next question? I think you already asked it.
Have you ever won money at gambling?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it's all about. Do you ever give money or time to charities? Not a lot, but I will this year.
I struggle with a lot of charities. I don't think that medical research should be a charity because basically the outcome results in profit for somebody. So those people can pay for the medical research, in my opinion.
And if you're going to pay for medical research to be done, you want the intellectual knowledge to be
free for use. So if you're going to cure cancer, then you would want that cure to be free. But that's not how our society works. So I do have a problem contributing to that sort of capitalist bullshit.
A lot of charities have religious links that can be problematic or can favour converting people and stuff like that. So you've got to sort of...
And there's also the question of if we prop up charities with our personal donations, then does that make the government... Does it enable the government in their failure to support our poor people? Not that... I mean, you don't want poor people to starve and die, but also...
Yeah, the government... I mean,
the government should be taking responsibility, and who's going to force them to if we're constantly cleaning up their mess?
But...
So, I have a complicated relationship with charity.
Yeah. I have donated money to the Asylum Seeker Resource...
I love them.
Centre. Yeah, we're not completely heartless with this.
Medicine Sans Frontiers is one of my favourites.
Yes.
We watched RuPaul's Drag Race Canada and the Rainbow...
Oh...
That sounded so good.
Rainbow Rad, I think it...
No, Rainbow Railroad.
That's it.
That they help rescue queer people from countries where that's a death sentence. So,
but I've never actually donated money to them. I have...
No, but there are definitely charities that I do wholeheartedly support.
And I have also donated to Oxfam and I have donated to Amnesty International.
But to be honest, as a food retailer, a lot of my charitable stuff comes down to individual requests from people who are broke as fuck and need to eat.
Yeah, we totally do. Yeah, I don't count our businesses philanthropical pursuits as our own, but I should because
You should, because it's decisions that we make.
Definitely given food to people who can't afford it.
Yeah, hungry peeps.
As well as like we donate food that is short dated to charities that will cook it up and turn it into Meals on Wheels
For hungry peeps.
Yeah. Do you craft, knitting, crochet, woodwork, pottery throwing?
I bought some stuff to do metal stamping as a hobby, and I do enjoy hitting things. That has been awesome, but I haven't really done a lot of that yet.
Crafting is not for me.
Because he's too grumpy.
Yeah, no, it's like tedious, like trying to get things right. Like
he's too grumpy.
Yeah, it would frustrate me.
You should see him trying to build a flat pack.
Do not get me anything from IKEA. Nell should be banned from IKEA, or she has to bring somebody home to build it, or build it herself.
I usually do build it myself.
Yeah, except for the times that you... Sorry. This was a dangerous topic.
I'm just trying to demonstrate why you don't do craft.
Yeah. Do you talk to yourself when you're alone?
And when I'm not alone.
Often it's nice to have intelligent conversation when I'm out in society. The conversations I have with myself are often really, really simple. They often involve me repeating over and over again things like, I'm hungry, I need to go to the toilet, I need to go to the toilet.
So you don't forget.
Once something is like wrong, my body and my brain is just like repeat. I just can't break it. Like you cannot have a conversation with me when I need to pee. That is...
No, you can't. It's actually impossible.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to repeat to myself instructions on the task that I am currently participating in. So that's what I mean by not necessarily on my own, because if I'm working, I might be telling myself how to work, regardless of whether there's someone else in the office or not.
Are you a social queen bee in college?
No.
What's college?
Uni?
No, yeah, I know what college is. Everybody knows what college is. I was just being silly. No.
Nerd.
No, just like so much more complicated than that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't talk to other people unless they talk to me. I'm shit at all the social things. Like, if we're friends and I actually initiate conversation with you and make an effort, you should feel blessed, because I just don't do that. Even if I really like you, I don't do that. So, yeah, I'm just socially crap.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Are you a sunrise person or a sunset person?
Sunrise.
I mean, I think that I agree with what every booktuber has said, in that, I mean, you're awake for the sunset. You're not always awake for the sunrise.
I'm a greengrocer, so sunrise.
And it gets really cold at sunrise.
You get a bit noddy. Yeah, I know. I get it. It's a weird biological thing that you get a bit sleepy at sunrise if you're driving home. Just so you know. That 15 minutes is when you should pull over and buy a coffee.
Have a power nap. I would still say sunset.
He's wrong. What's next?
That's it. Now, there's no questions to tag anybody. That's because Steve was a whore and tagged everybody.
So, if you want to do the questions, do the questions.
Yeah, say that we tagged you. We saw this on Scully Dandling about the book and on Charlie Heathcote. I'm sure we saw it on other people too, but I don't remember.
Is that the end of the story?
That's the end of the story. We're done.
Ciao.
Bye.